Welcome to vlog number 36, I think it is. If it's not 36, I'll change that. Not going anywhere today, sat in the garden. This is Jasmine Corner. There's a jasmine here, and in fact there's another one here as well. And they've been in 2 or 3 years now, if not 4, and they're starting to produce some flowers which I'm really pleased with. So this is Jasmine Corner. Welcome. I hope you like the opening credits, by the way. They're good fun. I was watching a film on Netflix, and prior to the film there was these credits coming up from various companies and film organisations, one after another after another. I thought, well, this is just, don't they realise how stupid this looks? I know there's legalities of the way these things are built on one top of the other, but I thought I'm going to have a go at it, so that's what you get. I'll keep them for as long as I can think of some new words to put in each time. By the way, a lot of the odd words are names of my cats that have gone beforehand. I quite like the drippy one at the end, so I might stick with that one just for good measure. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere today. It's a nice day, but it's Sunday and there's a bit more traffic, actual holiday traffic, and people out on bikes and all sorts. So I'm going to stop in, and I've cut the grass and done a few other things, so had a bit of exercise that way. Now then, I think it's Ted in Southern California had commented when I was talking about a house being built on farmland. He said, yeah, it was a shame that nature hasn't got anywhere to go because we're building houses. By and large, that's true. However, and if I've said this before, then and I will have done because I know it's an issue on my mind, but I'll say it again anyway. Farmland as such is not a particularly good nature environment, because if you have a field of wheat, all you've got is one crop, which is, if you like, refined. There is nothing else there. There are no weeds, there's nothing else, just the crop. And that is not a good place for animals to live or birds to fly over, and also it's just not. Whereas suburbia, houses and gardens, I must admit I'm talking about mature gardens, but even the newest gardens around, they've kept a lot of the trees, they've even kept some of the old hedges and then planted new bushes and so and so around the houses. So there's a lot more of an environment, of a habitat for animals and birds to live in. So it could be argued that new housing estates are probably better environments than just big open fields with just one crop in it. In fact, recently in a magazine there was a double-page spread, and I'll show you here now, how new housing estates can involve themselves in creating habitats, nest boxes and so on, and make them wildlife friendly. And I think that's a huge step up from just an open field. So have a closer look at that and see what you think. I think the most vicious animal we got is probably a fox. Badgers, the biggest is deer. I know abroad you can get bears, coyotes, raccoons, bobcats, mountain lions, snakes, deadly spiders. Yeah. And we don't get many mosquitoes here. In fact, in England in particular, we get very few mosquitoes and bugs. Late in the summer, we get wasps sometimes, but they're not usually a big concern. Or they sting. If you sting them, they're very bad. The worst thing in this country is midges, or are midges, and they're tiny little flying insects that you don't get in England really. You get them up in Scotland, and if you go to Scotland late summer, you are just going to die if you end up with the midges. They're terrible. Really is tough going. But now down in England we don't get many of those things. There you go. By the way, do you like the shirt? It's an American company, Orvis. The last ones I had were about 4, 5, 6 years old and really, really good. I wore them to death. I had one on yesterday, but these are one of 2 new ones I bought and I really like them. So thank you, Orvis, for providing such a nice shirt. Not cheap, but they're good. Right, that do for today. I'll see you again soon. Okay. Oh, incoming. Better duck. Mm-hmm.